From the second it was announced all the way back in 2016, the Touch Bar has been treated with great skepticism and over the years has gathered a plethora of mixed opinions. And with the Touch Bar being removed from the new 2021 MacBook Pro lineup and never existing on the MacBook Air, it can be confusing as to whether Touch Bar or no Touch Bar should be a factor when choosing a new Mac. And so let's find out if the Touch Bar is actually useful over function keys, which one is best for you, and why the Touch Bar gets so much hate by examining what the two do better than each other. And by the way, timestamps are in the description if you'd like to see something specific. And so let's start off with what the Touch Bar does better. Well, for one, it offers more options at your fingertips than you would have otherwise. Obviously, function keys are not malleable. All the keys will do the same thing that they do now forever. You can't change them. But the Touch Bar opens up a plethora of different functionalities, such as emojis, things like the highlight and bold actions in Microsoft Word, your bookmarks tab in Google Chrome, or even video timelines that you can scrub through just like on a smartphone. Personally, my favorite is the back and forward arrows for Google Chrome. I had a Chromebook a few years ago that had those on the function key row, and I found them extremely useful. And if you do come to a point where you've had enough and you just want a row of function keys, well, you can do that too, because the Touch Bar can also turn into that. And that's the beauty of how malleable it is. Plus, no matter how useful or unuseful you think the Touch Bar is, I think that the Touch Bar does at least look better than the function keys, more futuristic and more dynamic, so take that as you will. Okay, moving on to the pros of the function keys, well, strap yourselves in, especially if you're a die-hard Touch Bar fan. Well, first and foremost, the Touch Bar is for many people a new system with new gestures, so it's going to take some getting used to. But with function keys, everyone already knows how to use them. And so the Touch Bar would be confusing for example, elderly people or anyone who just likes to stick with what they know. But even when you do have it all figured out, you may or may not find that it's just not that practical in everyday life. It's a bit awkward to reach up and touch, and it's not as fluid as having the muscle memory of the function keys for the basics, like adjusting volume or screen brightness. Plus, for anyone debating that the Touch Bar's awkwardness and functionality is worth it for all the convenient features you get, well, say I wanted to type in bold. What's actually going to be quicker? Reaching up, hovering around to find the button, then pressing it, or just pressing Command B out of muscle memory? Or what about clicking the search bar in Chrome? Is it really that much easier to reach up and press it, or just move the cursor to it on the trackpad where my fingers already are? In these cases, the Touch Bar can seem very gimmicky, which in my opinion, it is for the most part. There are only maybe like 1 to 2 uses that are actually better than the function keys, and those are scrolling through video timelines and having the back and forward buttons on Google Chrome. Now again, I do say in my opinion, a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but just don't go starting World War III in the comments or anything. But just to top that all off, the Touch Bar has at times been known to freeze randomly, or not power on, which is kind of important when you're trying to use basic functions of the computer. I mean, this is pretty rare, and it doesn't happen very often, but with the function keys, it can't happen at all. And so to wrap this up, in my opinion, the Touch Bar for 99% of people is going to be largely a gimmick. I mean, while it does have a few genuinely useful features, and as cool as it looks, it's not a worthy exchange for the tactileness, familiarity, and simplicity of the function keys. I mean, I think the Touch Bar definitely had potential, and it would have reached it if developers had put more effort into maximizing its use, but unfortunately, they let that pass them by. Now in terms of what machines have the Touch Bar, well, any machine from 2016 onwards is likely to have it, although there were models made up until 2019 that didn't have it and just had a row of function keys. Currently, only the mid-range 13-inch MacBook Pro comes with a Touch Bar, and both MacBook Airs and the more expensive 2021 MacBook Pros miss out on it, but before you make any purchasing decisions, you should definitely go into a shop and try out both, because obviously nothing beats the in-person experience. But yeah, for the vast majority of people, the function keys are going to be more tactile, more familiar, and more convenient. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful in any way, please make sure you drop me a like and subscribe to TechSpree for more reviews, insights, and the occasional unboxing. Thank you so much for watching. This is Tom with TechSpree, and I'll see you as always next time.